Everybody wants the magic formula, the secret sauce, the shortcut to success that guarantees wealth, freedom, love, happiness, six-pack abs, and maybe a pet tiger on the side. But here's the truth. There is no shortcut. There's no hack, no cheat code. What there is are laws, ancient laws, timeless principles. Principles the Stoics lived and died by. Get these 3 laws right, and I promise you, life bends. It bends in your favor. You stop begging the world to give you something, and instead, you make the world bow to your will. I know that sounds dramatic, but listen, every man who ever built something worth remembering, from Marcus Aurelius to modern self-made legends, followed these same 3 laws, whether they knew it or not. Ignore them, and you'll keep spinning in circles, frustrated, broke, stuck, whining about why life isn't fair. Live them, and you'll realize fairness doesn't matter. You don't need fair. You need power. And Stoicism teaches you exactly how to build it. So stick with me to the end of this, because once these 3 Stoic laws get tattooed into your brain, you'll never see yourself or your potential the same way again. Let's start with the first law. Law 1, the discipline of showing up. The Stoics had a very simple view of strength. Don't talk about it. Don't show off. Don't beg people to notice your pain. Just show up. Every single day. Epictetus said it best. Don't explain your philosophy. Embody it. Most men want results, but they refuse to show up. They want to be writers, but they never write. They want to be rich, but they sleep in. They want respect, but they act like clowns. The first law of success is boring. It's not glamorous. It's not sexy. It's discipline. Discipline is what separates the men who move forward from the men who die whining. Think of it like this. Every day is a battlefield. Most men don't even get out of bed. They're casualties before the fight even starts. They lose to the pillow, to their phone, to that "I'll do it tomorrow" voice whispering in their ear. But not the Stoic. The Stoic warrior knows the fight begins the second he opens his eyes, and his weapon is consistency. Why this law matters. Marcus Aurelius, the emperor who ruled the most powerful empire on earth, still forced himself to wake up early and remind himself, you're not here to sleep. You're here to do your duty as a man. That's the emperor of Rome saying that. The man who could have done literally nothing all day and still had people bowing at his feet. If Marcus Aurelius could grind, what excuse do you have? The truth is, most people fail because they wait to feel like it. They think motivation will magically hit them. They're waiting for some lightning bolt of inspiration. But Stoics knew, feelings are liars. You'll never feel like it. Do it anyway. That's law number 1. Show up, no matter how you feel. Real life application. If you're in school, do the damn work. Don't skip the reading. Don't skip the homework. That's showing up. If you're building a business, post the content. Make the calls. Send the emails. Daily. Even when it feels like nobody's watching. If you're at the gym, don't chase motivation. Just put the shoes on, step inside, lift the weight. Even if it's light. Discipline is freedom. Every day you show up, you win. Every day you skip, you die a little. Law number 1 is your foundation. Without it, nothing else matters. But once you master the art of simply showing up, you're ready for law number 2. Law 2, the 10% rule, outworking average. The Stoics believe that man's greatest enemy isn't pain, isn't hardship, isn't even death. It's comfort. Comfort turns men soft. And soft men never get what they want. Here's the brutal truth. You are not special. You're not some chosen one. You're average. And that's actually a gift. Because when you finally accept your average, you realize you can't rely on luck, talent, or mommy and daddy saving you. You can only rely on one thing. Outworking everyone else. That's where the 10% rule comes in. What's the 10% rule? Simple. Whatever's expected, do 10% more. Everyone at work clocks out at 5. You stay until 5:30. Everyone runs a mile. You run 1.1 miles. Everyone calls 20 clients. You call 22. Sounds small, right? But here's the secret. 10% compounds. Do 10% more every day for a year, and suddenly you're not even the same league as the guy next to you. He's still average. You're untouchable. The Stoics called this stacking proof. You build undeniable evidence that you are different, not because you believe it, but because you live it. Confidence doesn't come from affirmations in the mirror. It comes from receipts. From a stack of proof you've built that you outwork, outlast, and outgrind everyone else. Stoic example. Epictetus was a slave, a literal slave, the lowest social class possible in Rome. Yet through discipline and relentless learning, he became one of the greatest philosophers in history, teaching even emperors. How? He lived the 10% rule. He couldn't control his chains, but he could control his effort. He studied harder, thought deeper, endured longer than anyone else around him, and eventually, he became free. The harsh reality. Look, life isn't fair. You can work harder and still fail sometimes. You can make 100 calls and get nothing, while some clown makes 5 and lands a deal. But the Stoics would laugh at that, because over the long run, volume always wins. Effort always compounds. The man who keeps showing up and doing 10% more cannot be denied forever. Remember, the universe doesn't reward whining. It rewards effort. That's law number 2. Show up, law 1, then outwork, law 2. But here's the twist. Effort alone still isn't enough. You could work like a beast, but still die average if you stay stuck in the same lanes as everyone else. Which brings us to law #3.law3, the Stoic blue ocean. Think differently. If law 1 is discipline and law 2 is outworking, law 3 is this. Stop playing the same game everyone else is playing. Most men fail because they copy. They chase trends. They fight battles in crowded arenas where 10 million other dudes are doing the exact same thing. That's slavery, not freedom. The Stoics had a trick. They thought differently. While masses cried, complained, or conformed, the Stoic chose a new lane. That's what I call the Stoic blue ocean. What's a blue ocean? Imagine the circus. Back in the day, every circus was the same. Animals, clowns, acrobats. They all competed by either cutting prices or adding crazier stunts. It was a bloodbath until one group said, "Screw this," and they created Cirque du Soleil. Half circus, half Broadway. No lions, no elephants, no overpaid egos. Just pure artistry and uniqueness. That's blue ocean strategy. Go where there's no competition. Now apply this to your life. Stoic blue ocean examples. Everyone is chasing Instagram fame. Build long-form value on YouTube. Everyone is studying the same useless degree. Learn AI, coding, or a rare skill people actually need. Everyone is wasting time trying to be liked. Be respected instead. Detach from approval. Marcus Aurelius didn't compete with other emperors by flexing his wealth. He competed by being something they weren't, a philosopher king. He combined power with wisdom. That was his blue ocean. Seneca wasn't the richest Roman. He wasn't the strongest. But he stood out because he mastered one thing no one else did. The art of mastering himself. How to apply this law. Cross-pollinate. Take lessons from one world and bring them into another. Train like an athlete, but apply that discipline to business. Study philosophy, but apply it to leadership. That mix makes you untouchable. Get off the beaten path. Stop chasing the same paths everyone else is dying on. Find the side road nobody's on. That's where opportunity lives. Be authentic. In a world of fake, authenticity is rare. Don't hide your imperfections. Own them. That's how you stand out. So let's recap. Law 1, show up. Discipline. Do it whether you feel like it or not. Law 2, outwork average. The 10% rule. Stack undeniable proof of your effort. Law 3, think differently. Create your Stoic blue ocean where you compete with no one. Master these, and you get everything you want. Not because the world handed it to you, but because you bent reality to your will. The Stoics didn't just talk philosophy. They lived it, and now it's your turn. So the question is, will you keep chasing comfort, waiting for motivation, whining about fairness? Or will you step into discipline, effort, and originality? The 3 laws that guarantee freedom? Your move. And remember, subscribe to Everyday Stoicism, because tomorrow we're diving even deeper into how to build the kind of unshakable mind the world cannot break. Until then, stay disciplined, stay stoic, and go claim everything that's already yours.